Hey up, Ravers. This week's review has been requested by Rolf, who's asked me to have a look at the World War II epic, A Bridge Too Far. Yes, A Bridge Too Far, telling the story of Operation Market Garden.
The plan is called Operation Market Garden. Market is the airborne element, and Garden the ground forces. That's us.
Yeah, the plan was for the Allied forces to seize control of 9 bridges, which would then help them secure a route into Germany and enable them to defeat Hitler and the Nazis.
Gentlemen, this is a story that you will tell your grandchildren, and mightily bored they'll be.
Yeah, that's Edward Fox. Very posh. Don't know what it is about Edward Fox in this, but this is always what he reminds me of.
This symbol here tells us that the programme will actually mention the word knickers.
Yes, the British stiff upper lip, upper class pillock. There's quite a lot of examples of that in this film. Yeah, posh plonkers who underestimate the challenge ahead.
But that could be 10 miles from the bridge.
No, just under 8, actually, sir.
I shouldn't worry about them.
What about my dinner jacket?
Are you sure you'll be needing that, sir?
Ah, cracky, look at that. We're only about 30 seconds into the review, and we've already seen Edward Fox, Anthony Hopkins, and Dirk Bogarde already. Because it's one of them sort of films. An all-star cast movie. Yeah, I love an all-star cast movie, mate. Perfect for a Sunday afternoon. Falling asleep on the sofa. And they were dead big in the 70s. They always used to have on the posters, they had these little squares with all the all-star cast in the squares. Yeah, stuff like The Towering Inferno and Murder on the Orient Express, Poseidon Adventure, stuff like that. It's great fun. You can do a sweepstake. You know, which of the big names are going to get bumped off first? I couldn't believe it when Gene Hackman got bumped off in Poseidon Adventure. I thought, oh, he's the star, what's happening here? But, you know, that's what happens in an all-star movie, doesn't it? And the cast of Bridge Too Far, it's like a roll call for 1970s movie superstars. Gene Hackman's in this, no, as a cynical Polish paratroop general who thinks the plan is stupid.
I'm thinking of asking for a letter from you, stating that I was forced to act on your orders, in case my men are massacred.
Ryan O'Neill's in it as some sort of brigadier general, whatever. Michael Caine's in it as a tank commander, putting on his posh voice again.
We're the cavalry. It would be bad form to arrive in advance of schedule.
To be fair, it's still better than when he delivered this line in Zulu.
I'll tell my man to clean your kit.
Chunky tough guy James Caan is in it as a grizzled veteran sergeant. Laurence Olivier's in it as a Dutch surgeon. Elliot Gould's in it playing Elliot Gould, really.
Shit.
Robert Redford's in it as this general leading some boat attack to try and nab a bridge. Oh, brilliant bit this. Really thrilling scene this. And Sean Connery's in it as a parachute general who probably couldn't have picked a worse vocation.
But I'm prone to air sickness. Good gracious.
And from quite early on in the operation, Connery's character, he ain't daft. You can see he's not convinced that this operation is going to be successful.
It must be from the lunatic asylum, sir. It's located on the far side of the wood.
Do you think they know something we don't?
And when various things go wrong, he sort of does these withering looks. You know, almost like he's breaking fourth wall and doing them for the audience, you know what I mean?
Yes, quite.
Like Benny Hill used to do. And he must have had it written into his contract that they're allowed to play golf. Yeah, any excuse for him to play a little bit of golf in the film and he'll snap your hand off. But he loves his golf, doesn't he, Connery? Yeah, there he is on the golf course, getting his ear chewed off by Bruce Forsyth.
And I'm going back, I'll be there the same time as you. You'll be able to buy me that meal you owe me.
Well,
that would be nice.
Remind me not to give you my number.
Yeah, but I'm gonna...
Yeah, I miss Bruce. I do miss Bruce. Fantastic entertaining Bruce. Hey, he'd have made a good general in this, wouldn't he? Major General Forsyth. He'd have looked good in the uniform, I reckon. But the other thing about this cast is it ain't just about the stars. No, there's loads of familiar faces you recognise from British telly and things like that. So it seems like an opportune moment for another edition of What Have They Been In? Right, that bloke who we saw with Anthony Hopkins, that's Paul Copley, who you'd have seen in loads of stuff. He's always playing some sort of salt-of-the-earth northern bloke, working bloke. He's often a soldier in things like Zulu Dawn and stuff like that. But you might also remember him from the Skull Lager advert in the 1980s.
Prunes? It's 500 tins of prunes. They've got the wrong crate.
That bloke, that's Stephen Moore. He's a very good actor, he was. Loads of stuff and all. He was Marvin, the paranoid android in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Still looks like him a little bit, doesn't he? That fella, that's Cliff from Cheers. Yeah, Cliff from Cheers. And he also provides the voices for loads of Pixar cartoon films. So it must have made a packet, yeah. That bloke with the white flag, he were in an episode of Our Feeder's Own Pet. That fellow there with the big tash, that's Stanley Liebaugh, who played Howard of Howard and Hilda fame in Ever Decreasing Circles. That fellow there, that's Alan Armstrong. We've seen him in stuff before, like New Tricks and things like that. And you might also remember him from the Skull Lager advert in the 1980s.
We'll do what we did yesterday. Come on, lads. Oh, it's got a real smack to it. You said that yesterday.
Skull drinking. It's the taste that makes you do it.
Any road, the operation has mixed success, and the Allies do manage to liberate a few Dutch towns and cities, such as Eindhoven. Hey, do you reckon when they liberated Eindhoven, do you reckon Major General Forsyth would have gone, "It's nice to free you, nice"? Yeah, he would have done, wouldn't he? Would have done. But despite the various successes they had, the Allied forces were just stretched a little bit too thin, and it took them too long to get to Arnhem to try and secure the last bridge. So all the British paratroopers who parachuted into Arnhem were sort of stranded and got picked off by the Jerrys. And because of that, I believe this operation were widely regarded as a little bit of a military disaster. It was almost like they planned to take a bridge too far, if you will.
Well, as you'll know, I've always thought that we tried to go a bridge too far.
That's what I said. And there's some fantastic performances in this movie. Connery's great as always, and Anthony Hopkins is superb. Over the course of film, you see him transform from this sort of tally-ho chaps posh plonker, and the Germans crush his resolve. And by the end of the film, he's just sort of sat there, physically and mentally broken, completely dejected, due to all the men he's lost in the battle. Yeah, he ain't the least bit interested in that bar of chocolate that the Germans giving him. Super acting, fantastic stuff. So, on to Ray's ratings. Well, I were expecting good things from this. You only have to look at the all-star cast. So I were expecting a 4-star film. And this film did not disappoint. I thought it was terrific. Perfect Sunday afternoon viewing for me. So I'm rating A Bridge Too Far a 4-star film. Now, because this film is obviously based on real events, I found myself watching it and wondering how much of it were true and how much of it were artistic license employed by the director. So I thought, what better way to find out than courtesy of Ickle Ray's reality check. Right, how Pickle Ray?
Out there, Raymondo?
Got quite a lot to get through, so got a big list here. Right.
No problem, fire away.
First up then, was Dirk Bogart's character a dickhead in real life? Because he came across a bit of a dickhead in this.
Well, this was very controversial. Apparently they used some artistic licence to make him a bit of a scapegoat. And General Browning, who was the real bloke, he weren't alive at the time, but some of his friends said that had he been, he'd have sued the director and the writer. And Dirk Bogarde, who played him, regretted his portrayal afterwards and fell out with the director. So there you go.
Right, so a healthy dollop of artistic licence used there then.
Yeah.
Okie doke. Next up, Sean Connery's character. Did he play golf? on the morning of the operation?
Well, don't know if he played golf on the morning of the operation, Raymondo, but the core HQ were based at Moore Park Golf Course, and they were reported to have been playing golf a couple of days before.
Also some reality in that then, right? And was he prone to air sickness?
He was indeed prone to air sickness, that's correct, yeah.
And was there a British officer who swung round the battlefield waving an umbrella like an absolute pillock?
Well, yeah, the character were based on a chap called Major Alison Digby Tatham Water, who were famed for wearing a bowler hat and waving his umbrella around in battle.
A bowler hat? Crikey.
Apparently he led a bayonet charge against a tank attack wearing a bowler hat.
Right.
And also were able to disable a German armoured car by poking the umbrella through the car's observation slit, and he whacked the driver in the face.
Oh, very good. Last question. When they liberated Eindhoven, did the commanding officer say, "It's nice to free you, nice"?
No, Raymondo.
What? Well, hope you enjoyed my review of A Bridge Too Far. Thanks to Ickle Ray for his reality check. And remember to poke the like button, poke away, and share, rate reviews with your mates, and subscribe to my channel if you ain't already. And in the meantime, why not join us for a race night on a Sunday night? We're getting to the exciting stage of the season for race night. I'll pop a link in the description below. And of course, more importantly, come and join us next week when I will be taking a look at 70s sci-fi classic Rollerball. Ray Day is Thursday at 3 PM. So I will see you lot then. Okie-doo.